They say low cholesterol can help lower cholesterol even. Wow, they can help? That's kind. Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Cerealsly, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and in addition to running Cerealsly, I also own an online baby t-shirt store called squirtshirts.com that sells pop culture baby clothing. The shirts are outrageously expensive and incredibly poor quality, and I make almost zero money off of every sale. So listen, please do not buy anything from there. You're not even doing me any favors if you do. But I do want to encourage you to visit the site because my brother and I launched it in 2008 with our own designs. It ran strong for about a year, and then basically we gave up on it and let it languish for 15 years. Now that's sad, but it also created a great time capsule of what nerds liked in the late 2000s. Our biggest seller, by the way, was a baby t-shirt that says Storm Hooper. Brilliant. Hey, if you ran an internet site that you abandoned for 15 years or any other internet site, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Today on Cerealsly, we're getting back to the basics. There are new cereals. There are limited edition cereals. There are wild and wacky cereal ideas, but then there are the tried and true classics. For me, some of my sense of the classics comes from the famous Kellogg's variety packs. In the 1980s, my parents would bring this home once in a blue moon, and I don't remember exactly what all 8 were, but some of those tiny boxes of Frosted Flakes and Corn Pops and Sugar Smacks and Rice Krispies have seared their way into my memory for a lifetime. But of course, if we're talking about the true classics, there is no greater victory story than Cheerios from General Mills. First introduced in 1941 as Cheery Oats, they later changed their name to avoid a dispute with Quaker Oats and became Cheerios. Now, in historical hindsight, could they have been named anything else? No, they are O's, and they have brought cheer to countless people. And then in 1979, Cheerios' most successful child was birthed, Honey Nut Cheerios. That's the same year I was born, by the way, and while I'm not the most successful child birthed in my family, I still think our shared age created a bond between me and those sugary sweet circles of oats. I know I'm definitely not alone in my fondness for Honey Nut Cheerios because in 2009, they became the #1 cereal in the world and have been in battle ever since for that top spot with the original Cheerios. So today, let's revisit the staple of American cereals, revel in the nostalgia, while also paying due to the continued power of Cheerios in the cereal world. All right, I have got 2 different boxes of our beloved Honey Nut Cheerios here. I have both the classic shape, and then I also have the new-ish heart shape, which I think is just lovely. I read that the cereal is made by blasting the dough out of a nozzle at such high heat and speed that they puff up in the process. That's what creates like the airy texture. That's also one of the reasons that they float so perfectly in milk because of how much air is trapped, baked inside. I think it's incredible too, and we must pay tribute to the gradient in this design. Often people think of the name or the logo of a product as being iconic, and that's valid, but let's not miss that this gradient that starts like brownish red and gets like yellowish orange is a stunningly powerful design. Here on the box, we've got Buzz Bee, who was not original to the brand, but instead was added shortly after. In fact, I looked it up on Wikipedia, and they say that this Buzz Bee didn't appear in the first 7 series of boxes, only added in the Series 8 box. Now, I'm way into cereal, obviously. I'd never heard that type of series language when it comes to cereal boxes. I'm going to have to learn more about that. Also, I could not find any pictures online of the original 1979 box without the bee. If I'm great at anything in this life, it is surfing the web. So listen, friend, if you have a picture of the original box, I would love to see that. Just send me a picture, please. One fact I did learn along the way that was fun for me is that Buzz Bee has been voiced by many different people over the decades, but one of them was Billy West, who provided the voice for over 12 years, starting in the 90s. Billy West is the voice of Philip J. Fry on Futurama and Stimpy, among many other characters. That's awesome. Now here's a question. What is the nut in Honey Nut Cheerios? Growing up, I always thought it was peanuts. Maybe because honey roasted peanuts were all the rage for kids my age. But it is not peanuts. Some of you who are smarter than me will know that the nut has always been almonds. And until 2006, there were actual real almonds ground up as part of the recipe of Honey Nut Cheerios. Starting in 2006, though, that has moved to just natural almond flavor. Interestingly, that natural almond flavor doesn't come exclusively from almonds. It's usually made of peach and apricot pits. Yum! These could be called Honey Pits Cheerios. Ironically, Honey Pits was my nickname in high school. But remember, this cereal has been conquering the cereal universe for decades now. It was a strong cereal then. It is a classic now. Not just a forgotten classic relic, it is still king. That's an incredible feat. Way to go, General Mills. So, let's dive in. Let's experience ourselves what earns Honey Nut Cheerios a place on so many breakfast tables every year. Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. All right, as always, got my trusty bowl, my trusty spoon, and my skim milk. Still hearing lots of chatter about the skim milk. That's okay. You do whatever kind of milk creaminess that you like. I like my skim. I just love even breaking into these boxes. Honey Nut Cheerios, you gotta love it. I have heard complaints, that the first 6 ingredients, 3 of them are sweeteners. There's sugar, there is honey, there we go, but then there's all brown sugar syrup. I know people complain about it. Listen, I think it's worth it. I think the brown sugar taste especially is key. It's not above the honey, of course, but it is still pivotal. So let's open these babies up and just taste it. And of course, the oats are still number one. So for all you people really worried about it, it's not like the oats went anywhere. They just got some friends. They have friends. Oh man, it just looks like Cheerios. There's nothing much you can say about Cheerios, except there they are. I remember feeding these to like our little toddlers, little babies at our house. That was so fun. I love our little boys. They're big now. Shouldn't be talking so much about my family. See, nostalgia comes up. I mean, even as the smell is wafting out of that box, I'm just feeling at home because that's what Honey Nut Cheerios do. Let's give them a taste. We all know what they taste like. I hope you're tasting this along with me as I have a bite here. These are wonderful. They are good. And I really mean that they give off a sense of goodness, of sweet peace. Now, of course, we all come from different backgrounds. So you may not have grown up with Honey Nut Cheerios. That's great. I actually would love to know this week, what is it from your childhood that you can still eat today and get this same feeling? This is safety for me. This is relaxed Saturday morning being at home. What is that for you? I would love to have that kind of discussion and share that sort of information in the comments. That would be great. This is a great moment for us to talk about a concept called the health halo. And that idea, I know it's called a million other things, but that's what our circle of friends calls it. Basically, this idea is that these taste healthy, and we have been taught that they are healthy. I got some bad news for you. They're not that healthy. They are still mostly processed grains and sweeteners. And so that's not like, oh, great. Now, they've done a good job. They say low cholesterol can help lower cholesterol even. Wow, they can help? That's kind. And it's probably somewhat true. But the reality is cereal be cereal. Cereal is just what it is. You shouldn't go eat cereal in order to get healthy. I think down the road, we're going to do a review of a couple healthy cereals that at least brand themselves that way. Honey Nut Cheerios, I think, goes right in between, where they're not messing around. They know they got a mascot for kids. They know it says honey right in the title. But they do have the idea, well, it's not Fruit Loops. It's not something like Lucky Charms. That would be unhealthy. Did your parents ever do that? Where they would bring this home as if it was a healthy option? We did for our kids. That's just the way it is. that every brand wants to get into the health halo. And sometimes they're successful. Honey Nut Cheerios from General Mills, they're successful. Okay, I do want to try the other one just to see what it's like texture-wise. So give me 1 second, let me grab another bowl. All right, it is the same exact thing, but it's heart-shaped. And I think that is so perfect for this cereal that it is totally worth trying the second half of the bowl. All right. They're not even very heart-shaped. I mean, they really emphasize on the box that they are heart-shaped, but like, look at this one. You can't even see it. I'm kind of holding it up. Hopefully the camera can see it a little bit. It's like a broken heart. Some of them are kind of heart-ish. Let's see if we can see that one. But there are circles mixed in. I think that's wise. It kind of takes the focus off of them all being perfect heart shape, which they are not. The puffing up probably takes away a little bit of the heart shape, but they are still beautiful. So let me taste this one. I assure you it's going to taste exactly the same, but worth trying anyway. It was so nice. You know, I have to say this. Honey Nut Cheerios is also one of the cereals that I love the first bowl. If you have a big family, look, I got a family size box. This is going to take our family forever to get through. It's that first bowl, the one that I open, I put in, and I eat, that tastes the most right. You know, I sat here for a while and specifically tried to come up with one critique. Just because this is supposed to be a review channel, and all I did was gush with sentimentality. That's okay, but let me offer one. If I dare. Do I dare? Here is my one critique. The aftertaste. It's kind of grainy, oaty. It is a tan aftertaste. And it sticks with you. It's not pleasant. And you know that you just got done eating grains. And I often find myself after a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, there's like a 5-minute grace period, and then I sort of start getting the need to eat a breath mint or something. So forgive me. Forgive me, General Mills. I'm just trying to come up with a different perspective on things. It's not a complaint. It is a next level goodness step. Hey, nothing's perfect. Who is? Not me, not Busby, not anybody. Well, friends, we've done it all. We talked, we ate, we gave honor where honor was due, and now it's enough. If you want to try today's cereal for yourself, there are links in the description below. If you haven't had Honey Nut Cheerios, I would love for you to do that. And listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.